They're now framing this to others that I'm some sick creep who intentionally got naked to lay in wait of her because that's how I get my rocks off. What's up, guys? So today we're gonna go with some good old-fashioned Am I Whole stories. You can't go wrong with these. I mean, when you're trying to find content to react to, you're just like, let's just read some stories. Something that I'm struggling with as a new YouTuber, I guess, is copyrights. They're so hard to get around. And I'm really struggling and like researching how do people react to these videos and not get copyrighted. So I'm doing everything right? Like I'm posting videos like before reacting to them to see if they get copyrighted. If they do, I don't react to them. So I try to do that, and then I dispute it if I do get it. And I've had like 3 videos, the people who own copyrights to it, they let me use their video, which is really cool, and it kind of gave me hope, you know? Because, like, you know, like, I don't know how people find ways around it, so obviously there are people who, you know, companies that will look at the dispute and say, yeah, you know, we'll let you use our video because it falls under the fair use, thing. So, yeah. You can look that up if you want to. I don't care. I'll probably put it right here, though. So, yeah. I mean, we're just finding different ways to create content. That is my life right now, besides everything else I do. So, anyway, let's read some of the best Am I Whole stories I could find in, like, a 5-minute period. Am I whole? So, I, 21 guy, live with my childhood best friend, 22, also a guy. And I have done for 2 years now. Up until last week, things were perfect between us. However, he recently got a new girlfriend, 23 lady. And she honestly seems absolutely great, except for one thing. She seemingly has a complete aversion to knocking. She and I have quite a lot in common, and I actually like spending time with her. However, it bugs the out of me when she just barges into my room without knocking first. Now, she's never walked in on me doing anything untoward. I'm usually just chilling on my bed or studying at my desk. However, on at least 7 separate occasions now, she's done it first thing in the morning to ask if I want coffee. I sleep naked. Every time prior to the last one, I've been under the covers and she hasn't seen anything. I always point out that she could have, and she just giggles and says, but I didn't. That's suspect. When she stayed over last week, in order to make my point, I intentionally slept on top of my covers. Sure enough, she barges in at 7 a.m., begins to ask if I want coffee, and sees my you-know-what.
Oh, yeah.
She immediately backed out of the room and didn't speak to me for the rest of the day. My mate later pulled me aside and said I was bang out of order, accused me of deliberately exposing myself, and pointed out that I'd threatened to do it before. I literally just said, okay, but what if I had no covers on and you saw everything before? I mean, what if? They're now framing this to others that I'm some sick creep who intentionally got naked and lay in wait of her because that's how I get my rocks off. And I'm kind of seeing how it came off that way. Am I whole for doing this? Absolutely not. You are not whole. Your buddy's girlfriend is, I don't know, she's suspect. I mean, either she grew up with absolutely no boundaries, or she maybe has a thing for you. I mean, I'm just saying. I wouldn't walk into some dude's room every single day and ask if he wanted coffee. I mean, I don't know if that makes me mean, but I wouldn't do it. I don't care, get your own coffee. And he even tells her, like, I could be naked. And she giggles and says, well, I mean, I didn't see anything. Like, well, you did now and you're pissed. So, whose fault is it? This one is horrible. Am I the asshole for throwing out my friend's body count board? Body count? Is he a serial killer? He's not. I live in an apartment unit at uni with 3 of my friends. We get along just fine in every other aspect, except for one dude who does this absolutely disgusting thing. Friend DB thinks it's funny or cool, honestly, I don't know, to pin his used condoms on a bulletin board to show off all the times he's whacked. I've asked him a million times to take it down or put it in his own room, but he leaves it up in the main living area for everyone to see. Classy. No! In his defense, he washes the condoms, cleans and dries them. There is effort put into this body count board. He doesn't seem to understand that I don't care if he washes them or not. It's an eyesore and it's disgusting to leave up for everyone to see. Yesterday, a girl I'd been talking to asked to come study with me at my place and to watch a movie afterward. I was super duper fucking excited because this never happens to me. So before I left to classes, I made sure to hide the bulletin board and clean the place up. Good idea. Very good idea. Later that night, she came over and she wandered around looking at our dorm while I went to wash my hands. When I came back, the fucking bulletin board was back on the wall and she was staring at it. She looked really uncomfortable and she asked me what it was. I got so nervous and choked up. I turned bright red and explained what it was to her. The rest of the night was awkward and she didn't even stay to watch the movie. Darn. I took the bulletin board down after she left, smashed it into small pieces, and threw it in the dumpster behind our building. DB asked me where the board was today, and I told him exactly what I did with it. I do feel bad for reacting that way. Why? But I was angry, and the body count board was bound to be thrown out one way or another. Am I the asshole? You are not the asshole, sir. I promise. I think it's really ironic that this dude is getting all the action over here, and his getting of action and display of it actually stopped his friend from getting any. So he's over here displaying it for the world to see and fucking up his friend's chances. I'd be mad too, honestly. That's disgusting. Is that what dudes do? Do you guys do this? I mean, obviously you do, but like, really? So anyway, that's it for this video. Back to what I said in the beginning. If anybody sees this and they have any experience with using content that is copyrighted without overstepping boundaries, I'd love to get some advice. And I want to just say, when I use other content to comment on it, I'm not just playing it and then, like, saying something after. Like, I'm commenting on it while it's playing, cutting it into parts, giving comment in between, adding stuff to it. You know, I spend hours just on one video, not recording, just editing. So it's not like I'm just like, I'm taking your content and using it. It's so much more than that. And the fact that I've gotten 3 people to let me use their content means that that's true. But it is annoying, and I really want to use stuff that isn't copyrighted, honestly. So, yeah, I mean, I've looked up, like, videos that aren't copyrighted but all that comes up are videos that are copyrighted, so it doesn't help me at all. So yeah, if anybody has any advice, that'd be awesome. But yeah, that's it for this video. I love talking about assholes and the shenanigans they get into. So entertaining. But I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Am I the asshole? Damn it.